Understanding the place window is crucial for getting the most out of the software and will win you lots of time when using the application. First things first, the place window is a tool that lets you place objects, furniture, constraints, decorations, etc. easily and intuitively. Our software works just as well in the connected mode as the non-connected mode. It does, however, change the visuals of the place window. Indeed, when connected, the software automatically uses the catalogues that are online. In this tutorial, we will consider both types of visuals. Let's start with the connected mode, which is the default if the software detects an internet connection. We will learn later on that it is still possible to force the non-connected mode. Firstly, the 5 buttons. The first allows you to find an object that has been placed on the scene. By clicking the object and then this button, the system finds it without having to search through all the other objects. The second button forces the software into the non-connected mode for the manufacturer catalogues. The third button lets you detach the place window, meaning you can then move it elsewhere on the screen or even on a second screen. The fourth button is for pinning the place window, making it fixed in place or the opposite, like this. Finally, the fifth button is for closing the window once you have finished. The drop-down menu allows you to choose which catalogue you want to use. You can favourite specific catalogues by clicking on the star. The arrows to the side allow you to navigate through the different catalogues used. It is possible to look for an article by entering its reference here. For an even more in-depth search, click on the magnifying glass. To choose an object, you can click on the chapter and then move your mouse over subchapters to refine your choice. Then, you can choose the element you want to include. To learn how to place an object, we advise you to watch and follow the tutorials dedicated to placing constraints, furniture, and workshops. Let's now take a look at the place window in the non-connected mode. You will notice that the first 5 buttons are the same as before. However, visually speaking, the place window looks a little different. It works like a funnel. At the top, you can choose a catalogue from the catalogue list. This is the first level of your funnel. For example, let's take the constraints catalogue. Of course, the constraints catalogue works just the same as all the other catalogues. In the drop-down menu after the choice of catalogue, you will find the types of constraints to place and the funnel shrinks. Let's choose doors. In the block underneath, you will find all the available doors in the constraints catalogue. You can therefore choose your door and move further down the funnel. You will pick a 1V door for 1 leaf. There are also 2 other methods for finding objects at your disposal, either by entering the article's reference directly in the field here, or by entering a keyword in the upper field like this. For 1 door 1 leaf, write in door 1 or leaf door 1. The order doesn't matter. The system filters all the corresponding keywords. It is worth noting that when it comes to furniture, you can also enter the altitude and/or width in the search bar, which is very practical to quickly find a specific element. So, you have chosen your catalogue, the type of object to place, and the particular article that you wish to place. You now choose its characteristics. The direction in which it opens, left or right, the object's dimensions, its width, its depth, and its altitude. The boxes G and D allow you to precisely place the element in a wall. You do this by entering a distance from the left or the right of the wall where you want the object. The open box lets you open the object. This is very useful for checking the opening direction or to see the inside layout of a piece of furniture. The altitude of the placement of the object. By default, the system chooses an altitude of 0 for doors because they are on the ground, 1100 for windowsills, 100 for radiators, etc. etc. It all depends on the type of object. You can modify the placement altitude as much as you like. Under and over works as follows. Over means the bottom of the object will be placed at a certain altitude. Under means the top of the object will be just below the altitude. You can then choose the type of representation that you would like for the chosen object. Indeed, by default, the system renders everything in 3D. By clicking on the corner of the image, you can see the object's numbers, which is to say its price, its dimensions, and its characteristics. Click a second time, and you will see it in the room plan, seen from above. A third click takes you back to the 3D representation. There are 2 more buttons that we need to go through for this place window tutorial. The first, on the right, could be called Object Finder button. When you select an object in the scene and click this button, the object is immediately put in the Place window by finding it directly in the specific catalogue. No need to sift through different catalogues, chapters or objects. The second button, on the left, lets you swap a selected object from the scene with another object chosen in the catalogue. The Place window no longer has any secrets for you.